Roscoe with a 37-yard reception, now has 6 catches in this game. We'll get his total yardage for you. 1st and 10, option to the right. Gabriel looking for a seam, pitches to MacArthur. 25-20, cuts to the 15-10, down to the 6-yard line. Another first down for the Rainbows, and they are just dominating in all phases of the game. Shad Hansen on the stop.
Credit the block of Ahuna. He cuts Bob Davis, and that's the key. You have to get that outside linebacker out of the picture so MacArthur can turn upfield.
15-yard pickup for Dane MacArthur. Chris Roscoe with 125 yards receiving in this game, and the Rainbows have it 1st and goal from the 6 of BYU. Single setback is Richard Stevenson. Handoff up the middle. Big hole. Leaps in. Touchdown. Wow, he exploded up the middle.
Richard Stevenson is the type of runner that he starts real quick. He has one of the quickest starts out there. He just does a little cutback on his own. He's running one way, and then he cuts it back to his right because he sees the seam. He sees that seam, and he takes advantage of it. He gets the ball, and he just makes a quick cut right off of Sean Robinson and Larry Jones.
And the Rainbows did not go with their power I formation, which tends to block things up in the middle and create just a ton of bodies in the center of the field. They spread the Cougars out and then ran the ball up the middle. With that touchdown, another $300 to the University of Hawaii, courtesy of Amtrak, JMB Hawaii, and Liberty House, all committed to excellence in education in the touchdowns for teaching program. Extra point is good. 42-7 Rainbows on the Hawaii Football Network.
Just a few days ago, the University of Hawaii Professional Assembly reached a tentative agreement with the state on a new contract for all UH faculty members. In a very real way, this agreement came about because a great many people were willing to speak out publicly in support of the faculty. Their concern for quality higher education has helped ensure a stronger, more competitive state university. For that, everyone is in their debt. And to them all, UHPA says thank you.
Take a moment to think about the last time you had a really great bowl of oxtail soup. You know oxtail soup simmered for hours until the meaty oxtails reach that melt-in-your-mouth tenderness. Can't remember? Well, stop by the House of Soup. They specialize in soups and stews, oxtail, Portuguese soup, beef curry stew, even local favorite pig's feet soup. House of Soup has many other local favorites as well as daily specials. They're open for breakfast and lunch on Union Mall in downtown, and now in the University area on Beretania Street at the Old Graces location.
Marion's Catering, an island tradition for over 40 years, features only the finest in Japanese, Hawaiian, American, and international cuisines for every occasion and every budget. From birthday parties to weddings, office parties to conventions, your one-stop caterer is Marion's Catering with island-wide delivery. Your next event can be an occasion with Marion's Catering, 621-6758.
In 6 plays. Richard Stevenson, a 6-yard touchdown run. The Rainbows in a wipeout of BYU, 42-7. And am I glad I stayed for this game?
Oh, I'm glad you stayed too. I'm couldn't happen to a nicer guy, Larry.
Rick Blangiardi on the TV side, and myself, our final broadcasts of Rainbow football. We're both moving to the mainland as Jason Elam booms it away. Angling to the right side, Mortensen at the 2. Cuts to the middle, the 10, the 15, and hit by Brian Addison and dropped at the 18-yard line.
A lot of green jerseys down in a hurry. And what the Rainbows are doing, they're motioning to the fans to keep it going. Get wild as you can, make a lot of noise. We have to keep the pressure. They know it. They want to make sure the fans know it, and they want to make sure Beal and Goes knows it. We all know it. We got to keep the pressure going.
I think you know it already.
I'm not letting up to it. It's over.
16-yard return out to the 18-yard line for the Cougars. 1st and 10. They have it there. Toss sweep to the left side. Whittingham looking for blockers. Runs into a pile of people at the 20-yard line. Surges out to the 21. Manly Williams over there looking rather manly tonight, if I do say so myself. Augie Apello also on the stop with David Maeva. Right now, let's pause 15 seconds for station identification on the Rainbow Football Network.
Sports news, features, and scores. All you need to know is on News Radio 99. Weekdays at 1/4 and 1/4 the hour. Right here on KHVH, Honolulu.
2. Detmer back to pass. Has time. They're holding Apello. Detmer pump fakes once, twice. Throws for Bellini, who's hit and makes the catch at the 35-yard line for a first down. Nice leaping grab by Bellini, who had to go up high and got a shot in the back from Mike Tressler for his effort.
Detmer again showing that poise, just sitting in the pocket with everyone rushing all around him, just staying there and buying time, and gets hit right after the play, but is able to allow Bellini to run his pattern because he keeps his composure, stays in the pocket. 13-yard pickup for Bellini and Detmer. 1st and 10 out to the Cougar 36, moving right to left here in the third quarter. They trail 42-7. Detmer to pass. Pump fake, looking deep down the right sideline, throwing for Nyberg, intercepted by Briggs at the 30-yard line, and he goes out of bounds. His second interception on successive series. Walter Briggs now with a total of 7. Again, Larry, Walter's playing deep center field. He just sits back and reads it perfectly. And that's what Coach Ellison talked about us yesterday. He said, I want to force him to throw deep so Walter can play the position. He's free. He has no coverage. He has deep middle third there. He's just going to go fly where the ball is, and he wants Detmer to throw it deep because he feels Briggs will make the play 9 out of 10 times like he's did there.
He was throwing for Brett Nyberg, who was being guarded by McLeod, and Briggs came over for the INT. 2 tonight, 7 on the season for Walter. 1st and 10 from the 31. Gabriel down the line on the option. Pitches to McCarthy. 35. Breaks tackles 40. And down at the 45-yard line. Stopped on the play by Shad Hansen. With 2 or 4-wheel drive and optional V6 engine, the all-new 1990 Toyota 4Runner 4-door is your ticket to fun and adventure. Drive a Toyota.
Larry, one thing we're not talking enough of, just great blocking up front by Robinson, Jones, Olivado, Smith, and Goes, and Kalani when he's in. And Dan Ahuna is doing an excellent job blocking the linebacker on that option.
14-yard pickup from MacArthur on the last play. 1st and 10 Rainbows on their own 45. Option left. Gabriel pitches to Ahuna, trying to get around the corner. Gets smacked down at the 50. The ball came loose after contact was made with the ground. No fumble. And so he's down after Troy Fuller applies the stop. Pickup of 3, maybe 4 yards on the play.
You have a feeling that Coach Johnson sees something. That's why he's running consecutive options. He see now they made one adjustment. Okay, we're going to do this. You want to adjust to that? We're going to do this. And what you have a feeling is Coach Johnson, the offense coordinator, has BYU's number. He knows exactly what to do given the situation.
Well, we saw him yesterday, and he said, hey, I think we're going to win. I mean, rather matter-of-factly. You and I looked at him like he was nuts. Stevenson up the middle on 2nd and 5 gets 2 yards, so it'll be 3rd and 3 for the Rainbows from the BYU 47-yard line. Just over 8 minutes to play in the third quarter, and you talk about wonderful therapy for 10 years of misery. 42-7, the Rainbows wiping out the Cougars of BYU, their arch rivals. Same team that has had their number the last 10 consecutive games. Last time the Rainbows beat BYU in football, 1974. It's a different story tonight. 3rd and 3 Rainbows from the Cougar 48. Seidner shifts in the backfield. Option to the right. Pitch to Seidner. Up the field. 45-40. Leaping down to the 35-yard line. First down Rainbows. Boy, what explosive speed by Jeff Seidner.
And again, Coach Johnson showing a different look. He motions Seidner. He lines up like a halfback in the backfield. And then he runs the option for the position. Just a different look again that BYU is not used to seeing on the game film. Hasn't seen that look at all this year.
13-yard pickup. The Rainbows have almost an entirely new playbook from what they're running in this game. They have not run these plays, with the exception of the normal triple option. They have not run them at all this season. 1st and 10 from the 35. Gabriel options left. Pitch to Seidner. Cuts it up to 35, the 30. And he is drilled to the turf inside the 30-yard line of BYU. Norman Dixon had him up high. Get a great deal on a used car from your local Toyota used car dealer. 8 convenient locations with over 500 used cars to choose from. 42-7 Rainbows. That was a 6-yard pickup by Jeff Seidner, the scat back out of Ohio. Ball is on the BYU 29. The Rainbows on the march once again. Gabriel, the quarterback. Roscoe and Branch to the right. Play action fake. Gabriel looking right. Throwing deep down the right sideline for Roscoe's got it at the 6 and out of bounds on the right sideline. Beautiful pass by Gabriel.
And again, Chris had Norm Dixon, the cornerback, turn to the inside. And Gabriel throws the ball over his head. Chris ran a great down and out, up the field. He gets pumped, turns up the field. And Norm Dixon's looking to the inside, and the ball's thrown to the outside of the field. And it's just a great throw and a great catch by Chris Roscoe.
You know, I saw Chris Roscoe yesterday. I said, let's think of some numbers for you for tomorrow. How about 8 catches for 172 yards and 2 touchdowns? He said, I'll take it. I'm going to get Chuck Halter to give me his total numbers because he's getting close. He may surpass that. First and goal from the 6. Handoff up the middle. Maybe to the 5. Jamal Farmer with a gain of 1.
What the coaches to our left were yelling about. Rainbows were lining up in that offense we saw in Utah's game. They had the slot lined up in the line of scrimmage, and they put the 2 wides off the line of scrimmage. So number 1, Newman, who's the slot line on the line of scrimmage, is eligible. And they're yelling, so hopefully someone can hear down there that, hey, make sure you cover number 1. Make sure you cover number 1. They're lining up in the same formation again.
Newman on the line of scrimmage, slot left. Branch next to him, and Roscoe wide left. Option left. To pitch to Seidner. Around the corner. 5-3. Touchdown. Well, they didn't run up the middle that time. They took it outside wide. Gabriel pitched to Seidner, and like lightning, he was in the end zone. Jeff Seidner with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season. And the Rainbows, not only are they winning, but they are just destroying BYU.
I don't know how big Jeff Newman is, but he put a block out there. It just cleared the whole corner where Newman was able to turn the corner.
Extra point, Jason Elam, up and good. 49-7. Rainbows over BYU on the Hawaii Football Network.
Yes, you can do it. Win a 40-pound bag of Quikrete Vinyl Concrete Patcher every time the Rainbows sack the opposing team's quarterback. Just enter the Quikrete Sack It To Him contest. Find details in today's game program and in Hawaii Remodeling Magazine and the Honolulu Sporting News. Everyone who enters the Quikrete Sack It To Him contest is eligible to win a free trip for 2 to Molokai Kaluakoi Resort.
You can do it. There's nothing to it. You can do it with Quikrete.
It's University of Hawaii Rainbows football season, and that means local-style tailgate picnics. This year, don't fuss with all the cooking. Let Zippy's Restaurants complement your favorite foods with its poo-poo platter. This week, take the mixed poo-poo platter of chicken katsu, mahi-mahi, teriyaki beef, Portuguese sausage, and hot dogs. Just call an hour before at any Zippy's location and pick it up on the way to the game.
Zippy's, good fun for everyone.
Your Toyota Hawaii dealers are celebrating Servco's 70th year with an anniversary value package on all 1990 Corollas and Camrys. For just $70, your value package may include power steering, AM/FM stereo, power windows, aluminum wheels, and more, saving you over $800 on certain models. Offer ends November 30th and supplies are limited. So hurry to your Toyota dealers now.
I love what you do for me. Toyota.
49-7 Rainbows, and with that Jeff Newman touchdown, another $300 from AmFac JMB Hawaii and Liberty House for the touchdowns for teaching program. AmFac JMB Hawaii and Liberty House committed to excellence in education. Rainbows go 69 yards in 8 plays. Jeff Seidner, a 5-yard touchdown run. Elam with the kickoff here. High, deep, end over end. Mortensen up the 6-yard line, up the middle. Hit by Addison, and the fumble. Loose ball. Rainbows may have it. Big stick by Brian Addison. He's been excellent tonight on special teams coverage.
If the Rainbows have it, I think Gavin Robinson came up with the ball.
Well, they're still trying to unpile everybody. And no indication as of yet. BYU football. And the fans are booing. You know, they don't want, they're not satisfied with 49-7. They want 100-7. Rainbows have racked up 534 yards in total offense. Now, that's more than you would usually get in an entire game, and we're not even through 3 quarters yet.
We're going for Houston's record. We want that record.
95 points, right? You want to go for
1,000 yards.
Here is Ty Detmer, who's thrown interceptions. 2 of them tonight to Walter Briggs. Back to pass from his own 23. Dumps it off short. Wide open Tuipulotu, the 30, 35, 40, and careens into Walter Briggs at the 45-yard line, out to the 47. So Detmer dumping it off to his backs. And at this point, Bellini and Tuipulotu in the backfield. That was a pickup of 24 yards. 1st and 10 from the 47. Detmer hit. Loose ball. And the Cougars fall on it as he was drilled from behind and sacked on the play. And Alice Ideda, another 40 pounds of quickcrete. And the Rainbows may have crashed into each other trying to clobber Detmer. And they may be hurt. Hard to see exactly. Mark Odom and Dana Directo. Well, Dana is up.
Mark Odom and Augie Opelu on the ground.
They were both going after Detmer. And it was a little sandwich job. Actually, it's a big sandwich with those 2 guys.
I just don't want to be in the middle of that sandwich.
No, not at all. And Detmer had the ball pop loose on him. There were a bunch of white-shirted BYU offensive linemen around, and the ball squirted to them. Otherwise, it would have been another turnover. You know, the turnover story was so hideous for the Rainbows last week. They turned it over 7 times, and they have not turned it over at all tonight.
Don't talk, Larry. Don't talk. Don't talk.
The Cougars have been intercepted twice and fumbled once. And here is Augie Opelu limping off. Looks like a leg injury of some sort. And they're still attending to Mark Odom.
Mark rolled into Augie's ankle. And Mark might have got kicked or something. But Augie, you can see what happened to him. Odom rolled on his ankle.
Reminder that you can tune in on News Radio 99, 6 o'clock tomorrow, live from Charlie's Bar at the Makiki Zippies. Call the Coach with Bob Wagner. And that's going to be a very happy program, hosted by Matt Pinto, who will be assuming the Rainbow broadcasting chores as of next week as I head off to the Bay Area. Here's Odom back up to his feet. Getting a big round of applause as he jogs off the field.
Mark is just putting so much pressure consistently throughout the night, getting upfield. And definitely Ty Detmer is aware where Mark Odom's at, and that's what causes him to throw a little funny once in a while.
2nd and 15 for BYU back on their own 42. Rainbows with a 6-man front. Detmer back to pass. Heavy rush. Pocket collapses. Flags down. He's sacked again.
They're going to call, I got to call him Big Mo. They're going to call Big Mo for holding and Brian May.
Dana Directo enjoying this game, his senior season, holding against BYU. Herman Talley pumping his fist in the air. The Rainbows showing their quickness, their speed, their penetration.
Holding on the offense, penalty decline, 3rd down.
And another 40 pounds of quickcrete to Alice Ideda. She's going to have enough to build a condominium here at the rate they're going. Loss of 3 on the play. 3rd and 17 now for the Cougars. Back on their own 40. Clock is running. Just over 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, and it's 49-7 Rainbows.
Alice, I'll help build. I got a good hammer in my hand.
3rd and 17. Trips to the left for the Cougars. Detmer to pass. Rolls out to the left. He's contained. Now scrambles back to the right side. Pump faking. He's in trouble. He's retreating. He throws the ball away and out of bounds into the Rainbow sideline. Great play by Mark Odom, because he has the containment responsibility on the right side of the field. Detmer, with that design play, was supposed to roll that way, and Odom just pushed his blocker up the field, and Detmer had nowhere to run.
And Detmer loses focus where his receivers are once that happens.
Punting unit is on. Earl Kaufman back at the 30-yard line will punt it away. Double safety for the Rainbow. Briggs and Seidner's got it. Seidner's got it at the 30, up to the 35, and twisting down at the 39-yard line. And the Rainbows will take over on offense there. Tackle on the play by Alima for TC Manu. 16-yard return for Jeff Seidner, who came into this game #1 in the nation in punt returns.
And for your fans in here, don't worry, there's not going to be any substitution at all. Coach Wagner's going to keep his first unit there and run the ball and keep his game plan going. He's not going to let up, because if he feels anywhere like we feel, it's not over till it's over.
Rainbow football brought to you by Continental Airlines, the only airline offering superb business class on all flights from Honolulu. We'll take a break. The Rainbows leading 49-7 on the Rainbow Football Network.
Sandy Brody's Honda has the answer to your traffic and parking problems. And Sandy Brody's has the way to beat the high cost of gasoline and insurance, too. How? With a Honda moped. Yes, the famous Honda Spree and Elite mopeds are the perfect answer to your transportation needs. Honda mopeds are easy to drive, and there's no special driver's license required. Sandy has special winter prices now in effect, so come ride on a reliable Honda moped from Sandy Brody's Honda today. See Sandy's ad in the yellow pages under moped.
Only one airline offers business class service on every flight leaving Honolulu. It also flies frequent schedules to Los Angeles, San Francisco, Denver, and provides convenient connections to over 100 mainland cities. For 20 years, this airline has provided warm and caring service to Hawaii's travelers. The airline? Continental. And Hawaii is going places on Continental Airlines.
How swift is the new Suzuki Swift?
Well, it's got a powerful 16-valve, 100-horsepower engine under the hood, plus standard features like a Kenwood AM/FM cassette deck, Bridgestone Potenza tires, front air dam, side skirts, rear spoiler.
Wow, that is a fast car.
It's more than fast. It's swift.
For a limited time, you can get $500 back on any '89 two-door Swift GTI with automatic transmission. Just call 839-CARE for the Suzuki dealer nearest you.
To 10 from the 39, Rainbows run the option, and they pitch Gabriel to Ahuna, who gets hit in the backfield by Troy Fuller and loses 3 on the play. Rainbows with time on their side, 3:17 and ticking here in the third period, leading 49-7. Garrett Gabriel, 18 of 24 passing for 377 yards. 2nd and 13 from the Rainbow 36. In motion from left to right goes slot back MacArthur. Gabriel rolls to the right, looks to the right, fires. One-handed grab by MacArthur at the 45. And down at the 35-yard line, a brilliant one-handed stab by Dane MacArthur. That was the catch of the night. Troy Fuller on the stop. He speared that like a scuba diver going after a fish.
Looked like he had a pound of stickum on his hand, the way he just grabbed that ball in his palm of his hand. And credit Garrett Gabriel, staying poised and allowing Dane to clear the pattern and to find him in open field and put the ball right where he needs to in front of him.
Injury report on Augie Apelu. Twisted left ankle. He will return. 29-yard pickup for Dane MacArthur. Boy, Gabriel looks like a completely different guy from a week ago. 1st and 10 Rainbows from the BYU 45. Counter option to the right. Gabriel tucks it up the 40, 35, and down at the 25-yard line. Flag is down, however. Troy Fuller on the stop.
They're going to call Sean Robinson for holding or clipping of some sort.
It is a hold against the Rainbows. The House of Soup has local-style plate lunches for every appetite. It's located downtown at Union Mall and in Mo'iliili on Beretania.
On the offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Still first down.
Tell you, we haven't heard from Brooks Bear for a while. Let's see how he's doing on the sidelines.
Doing great down here, Larry. Actually, I've said, Larry, I've got some things to say a few times, but I think the noise down here has been so incredibly loud that perhaps you haven't been able to hear me. This is definitely the most alive, the most electricity we felt on the field down here all year, and these fans want more to make up for 15 years of hurt.
1st and 12 after the penalty is assessed from the 37. Gabriel on the shovel pass to Seidner. Very dangerous as he's hit as soon as he catches the ball. Stopped on the play by Rich Kaufusi, the big junior from Salt Lake City, who was born in Tonga.
Kaufusi does the job what you need to do. He makes penetration, sees the shuffle, and grabs onto Seidner and just follows Seidner right along the line of scrimmage.
And I was joking, that was a pickup of 1, joking with Roscoe yesterday, saying his imaginary numbers would be 8 catches, 172 yards, 2 TDs. He's got 7 receptions, 148 yards, 1 touchdown. We're getting there. We're getting there. 2nd and 11. Seidner in motion to the left. Gabriel rolls left, throws out into the flat. Farmer can't make the leaping grab at the 40-yard line. Incomplete. Clock stops with 1:10 left in the 3rd period, and the Rainbows leading 49-7. This is no joke. 49-7. If there's ever been a team that the Rainbows wanted to clobber, to destroy, to mutilate, give me a few more words.
Well, you know, I every time I think of words, I say those words that Don Rob says, you can't say that on the radio, so I won't say them.
3rd and 11. As the Rainbows are pounding BYU. On the BYU 36, Gabriel rolls left, throws a comeback pattern to Roscoe, complete at the 25. We'll see where they spot it. He is right at the 1st down marker. He came back for the football, and he may have come back too far.
If he has it by an inch.
Jeff Seidner says 1st down, but Jeff Seidner's now wearing a striped shirt. Brooks Bear on the sidelines. How's your view?
I'll tell you what, if they keep the ball right there, they're going to get this just by the nose of the football from about maybe by 2 inches. I say they've got it. There it is.
Brooks. Very good vision by Brooks Bear. Brian Mitchell on the coverage of Roscoe, and Mitchell is going to be seeing Chris Roscoe in his nightmares this evening.
Well, we've been saying all season, a guy like Chris Roscoe is a big league Division I receiver, an all-American type of receiver. He has great hands, runs disciplined routes. Well, you know, the Rainbows are finally using him in the potential he should be.
An 11-yard reception, 1st and 10. Rainbows on the BYU 25. They've got a 42-point lead. Option right. Gabriel pitches to Seidner, trying to cut it up at the 25. Ridden down by Bob Davis at the 22. I've got a new word from Chuck Halter. The Rainbows are decapitating BYU. Anybody with a dictionary around here, we could go through a lot of words tonight.
That was a good play there. Jeff Seidner gets hit by Bob Davis, and you know, little words are going there between Bob Davis and Seidner, and along with Robinson.
Garrett Gabriel is walking off of the field at this point as the quarter ticks down. 15 minutes to play, and the Rainbows savor a 49-7 lead on the Rainbow Football Network.
Subway bakes my bread up fresh, and that's my way. My way. I get a combo seafood club the best way. My way. Subway. You leave my sub in front of me, just the way it ought to be. It's fresh and hot. I know I got it. My way. Subway. My way. Subway.
Subways are right on your way with 19 stores on Oahu. Accept no substitute.
Most Rainbow fans already know that Pacific Machinery is Hawaii's exclusive distributor for Caterpillar, from heavy construction machines and the 416 backhoe to Caterpillar lift trucks, engines, and energy systems. But did you also know that Pacific Machinery is Hawaii's distributor for Toro, International Trucks, Bobcat, Kubota farm tractors, Cushman utility vehicles, the Green Machine, Ingersoll Rand, and more. In fact, we handle over 50 major manufacturers. Like the Rainbows, it's an impressive team. Pacific Machinery, we sell, lease, rent, and service machines that make the Pacific work.
If you think a laser printer would look good on your desktop, Intercomp has a printer for you, the new personal Hewlett-Packard LaserJet 2P printer. The newest member of the HP LaserJet family is also the most affordable, offering publication quality output and full compatibility with a wide range of software and fonts. Just what you need to create letters, memos, and reports you can be proud to put your name on. So if you want a laser printer you can afford to call your own, visit Intercomp and see the HP LaserJet 2P printer today. Intercomp Computer Center, 250 Ward Avenue.
49-7. 1 quarter to play as the Rainbows demolish BYU, and here is the wave. Fans definitely celebrating tonight. A sellout crowd on hand as the Rainbows turn things around in this rather lopsided rivalry. After 10 straight defeats, the Rainbows are on their way to winning, and winning big tonight. Chris Roscoe has 8 catches, for 159 yards.
Well, see, it seems fitting. Don Rob's a prophet, and you're a prophet.
Well, Roscoe, at the rate he's going to have a lot more than 8 receptions. He's got 1 touchdown tonight. And Gabriel has done just a phenomenal job. I mean, he's been on the money.
He's just been, I mean, probably one of the best games I've ever seen a quarterback play. Personally, just, in a stadium watching a quarterback play. Just making right decisions, getting the ball where he needs to, putting some zip on the ball when he needs to, running the option, keep it, pitching at just the right time.
And we really have to credit the Rainbow coaching staff for breaking away from the, I don't even know what you want to call it, the alleged attack with the triple option and the same old stuff. They really put in a great package plan for this game. 2nd and 7 from the BYU 22. Rainbows with the football. Gabriel, play action fake. Looking down the middle for Branch, who's open. Touchdown! 22-yard strike. Gabriel to Derek Branch, the freshman, and Norm Dixon got toasted again.
And what a strike by Garrett. Makes a great fake. BYU's playing run all the way. Branch lining up on the left side, runs straight up the field. Not a fence man, just running straight up the field. And Garrett throws it right over the defense, right into Branch's hands. What a play.
2nd touchdown for the freshman from Dallas. He earlier hooked up this season with Walter Santiago. And Gabriel fired a rocket. Another $300 with a touchdowns for teaching program from AMFAC, JMB Hawaii, and Liberty House, committed to excellence in education. 56-7 Rainbows on the Hawaii Football Network.
Sports fans, now there's a new place just for you. Players Sports and Entertainment Club, located downtown Honolulu on the corner of Alakea and Baratania Streets on the 2nd floor. Live satellite sports events on 3 huge screens and 2 more monitors. Live satellite sports and visible from every angle. Players Sports and Entertainment Club for appetizers, cocktails, and the best sports viewing in town.
With a loader on the front end and a backhoe on the rear, there's a cat machine to help you shift your life into high gear.
The affordable 416 backhoe loader. Caterpillar quality and Big Cat rugged. The 416 is built from the ground up and it's built for you. Call Pacific Machinery. We're your Caterpillar dealer on Oahu, Maui, the Big Island, and Kauai.
There's a cat machine to help you shift your life into high gear.
Pacific Machinery.
Take a look on the streets. The 1990 cars by Toyota are here, bringing a new decade of quality and style that you've come to expect from Toyota. And leading the way, the all-new Celica with a bold, revolutionary design, unlike any car you've ever seen from Toyota. Catch a glimpse on the street, then come in and see them all up close. The 1990s are here at your Toyota Hawaii dealers now.
56-7, the Rainbows continue their destruction of BYU. That was 61 yards in 7 plays. It's so hard to believe. Gabriel to Branch, a 22-yard strike. Elam kicks off. It is high, it is shallow. It is taken by Mortensen on the run at the 15, up the middle, 25, 35, and that's where he is dropped. Finally, thought he went down, and he apparently stayed on his feet. There was 2 piles of white shirts and green shirts moving in a wave up the field, and Mortensen was somewhere in the middle of that. Stopped on the play by Jerry Winfrey, reserve linebacker for the Rainbows. Let's pause for station identification now on the Hawaii Football Network.
Today is at 26 past the hour. It's the News Radio 99 Healthline. Sound advice on your health and fitness. All you need to know is right here on KHVH, Honolulu.
1st and 10 for Ty Detmer, back on the BYU 38. Hit as he throws, screen Bellini, right side 35, 40, weaving his way to the 45, the 50, and down at the 42 of Hawaii as Bellini showed his good running ability there. The junior from San Leandro, California, whose older brother Mark was an All-American wide receiver for the Cougars a few years ago, now with the Phoenix Cardinals. Stopped on the play finally by Brian Addison, the freshman from L.A., a 22-yard pickup. Mark Odom with lots of pressure on Detmer in the backfield.
Coach Ellison is continuing with that pressure deep. He's not playing any zone at all. He's just coming right at you.
1st and 10 from the Rainbow 41. Detmer backpedals to pass, looks right, throws, complete at the 30-yard line. This is Micah Matsuzaki out of St. Louis. The freshman takes it down to the 26-yard line as he was stopped by Walter Briggs. So Matsuzaki seeing some action. 6'1", 190. Came into this game with 6 receptions for 137 yards and a touchdown. Was the offensive player of the year in this state a season ago. That was a pickup of 15. 1st and 10 for Detmer and the Cougars from the Rainbow 26. Back to pass. He is almost sacked in the grasp, and now he is sacked. Maeda finished him off after Mark Odom, I believe. Yes, it is Odom or Manley Williams.
Both Odom and Manley Williams rushing from the edge. Odom gets upfield, gets his hand on Detmer, pulls him by his shirt,
and has him by the jersey and grabs onto an ankle after that. Another sack on the play. 40 pounds of quick-reach for Alice Ideda. She's piling up the quick-reach tonight. Loss of 10. 2nd and 20. Back on the 36-yard line. Rainbow show blitz don't come. Up the middle. Here's the rush. Detmer fires to Bellini, who is hit at the 35 by Gavin Robertson for a gain of only 1. Numbers on Garrett Gabriel for the night. How's this? Now, if he doesn't win WAC Offensive Player of the Week honors, I don't know who will. 22 of 29 passing, 440 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
And Coach Edwards is saying, I mean, he's going to check under the helmet of Garrett Gabriel, see if that's really him. And Garrett is playing a great game.
12:40 to play. 56-7 Rainbows. Detmer back to pass on 3rd and 18. He eludes the rush, steps up in the pocket, fires an out pattern on the left sideline. I believe it's incomplete, and a flag down in the backfield as well.
You've got to call holding.
Intended for Matsuzaki on the left sideline, and it was holding in the backfield as they had Odom wrapped up there.
Now here's Neil Fort, 6'6", 295, going against Mark Odom. He's about 6'1", 200, 210, dripping wet. And Mark is just so quick off the ball. He just turns Ford right at the snap, and Ford has no other option but to grab him.
Holding on the offense. Penalties declined. 4th down.
The term again, speed kills. Odom just outruns Neil Fort to the ball.
4th and 18 from the 34-yard line of Hawaii. BYU trailing 56-7. And their WAC title hopes are going to be put in serious jeopardy after this game. Back split on 4th down. Detmer to pass. Here's the rush. He's scrambling out to the right. Falls down. Lino Samana with pressure in the backfield. And Detmer goes down on 4th down. The Rainbows hold.
Again, Mark Odom lining up on the right side. Beats Neil Forth right at the snap of the ball. Gets upfield. Forces Tide to run away from him. And he trips right on the helmet in the middle of the field. Just the perfect spot to fall down, right on the rainbow on the helmet there.
Yes, he tripped on the paint. And this place is rocking. Rainbows take over on downs. Detmer running out of his shoes there. They're falling off of him. 1st and 10, Rainbows. Walter Santiago, the new quarterback, starts the series by fumbling. And there's a pile at the 45. I believe the Rainbows have got it. I think it was... I'm trying to see the number of... Eddie K. Aloha, I believe.
Eddie K. Aloha came up with
a football, and it's time for the reserves to come in. The only thing we need now, with 56-7 the score...
He's our man.
Renfred, Scrappy Frias to score a touchdown to really, really rub it in.
Do it for Hawaii and Portugal. Yes, Renfred.
Portugal? Santiago, quarterback draw. He's got a lot of company. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, the 46 of Hawaii. Stopped by Eddie Green on the play. Rainbow Football is brought to you by Quikrete, vinyl concrete patcher for all your household needs. You can do it with Quikrete. 11 minutes to play. Rainbows leading 56-7 over BYU. If you were one of those people that watched the Colorado State game and said, BYU's giving only 4.5 points, take the Cougars, you lose, folks. In a big way. Santiago, option. Pitches left to Seidner, trying to turn the corner. Hit at the 49-yard line by Mitchell and dropped there. So the Rainbows will bring Kyle Alou on for, if my memory serves me correctly, only his second punt of the night. Garrett Gabriel finishing up with 22 of 29 passing for 440 yards and 4 touchdowns. Wow. Not a bad night, huh?
Oh, I'll take that night anytime.
Alou to punt. The barefoot kicker has some pressure, boots it away, angling, and Mitchell juggles at the 16-yard line. Oh, big hit, Barnett. Levels him at the 23. Joaquin says, hello, Mr. Mitchell.
I'm a good friend of Joaquin, so I know what Joaquin's thinking. He's going, come on, Bo, just take that ball up the middle. You did, I'm going to hit you.
And that's pretty much the way Joaquin talks. We'll take a break with 10 minutes to play, and the Bows up by 49 on the Hawaii Football Network.
You may think that the House of Soup serves only great oxtail or Portuguese soup. Well, think again. The House of Soup also serves breaded mahi-mahi and teriyaki steak plate lunches. Or you might order chicken katsu, hamburger steak, other local favorites served with rice and either tossed greens or macaroni salad. House of Soup with 2 locations on Union Mall in downtown or Beretania at the Old Graces location. House of Soup, serving great local-style plate lunches.
Attorney John Channon on advising clients whether to go to trial or seek settlement.
You always attempt to see if there is a ground for getting this case settled before it goes to trial. Anytime you go into a trial context, you've got risk factors. All along the way, you try to see if there are grounds for settlement. A trial is a tremendously emotional experience.
John Channon, attorney at law, offices in Honolulu and on Kauai.
This is the sound of an office without a Ricoh copier.
Oh, no, what the I can't believe it! The copier's broken down again!
If your copier's and so are you, call your authorized Ricoh copier dealer. He can help.
This is about enough!
Ricoh, we don't let your office get in the way of your business.
Call Servco Office Systems, your authorized Ricoh dealer, 847-5731.
10 minutes to play. Rainbows in a wipeout of BYU, 56-7. Cougars with the football here. And the Rainbows going with a lot of their reserves now. Akili Calhoun is in the game. Lino Samana's in. Dan Duncan at linebacker. Ty Detmer remains the quarterback for the Cougars. 1st and 10 from the BYU 23. Steps up in the pocket, is sacked. He is dropped on the play. Lino Samana. Up the field in a hurry.
Samana lining up over the guard and just makes a good move on the guard. What we call an arm over move, and gets upfield in a hurry is right.
6'1", 240-pound sophomore from Kailua, and 40 more pounds of quickcrete for Alice Ideda. 9 sacks for the Rainbows tonight. That was a loss of 6. Detmer throwing the out pattern, complete to Matsuzaki, who is hit on the right sideline at the 27 of BYU. Dropped by Colson and Barnett. It'll be 3rd and 9. And the Cougars just have to be shocked at the way they have been bombarded here in this game.
It's not a matter of mistakes either. It's a matter of just one team just really outplaying another team physically, emotionally on the field and executing.
3rd and 6. Detmer to pass. Short drop. Fires on a fade pattern on the left sideline for Boyce. Incomplete at the 45. Coverage by James Burton. And the Cougars have to punt. Ty Detmer came into this game with 17 touchdowns. Listen to the fans applauding the Rainbow D. Detmer came in with 17 touchdowns and 9 interceptions, completing 62% of his passes. He's been picked off twice by Walter Briggs, sacked 9 times. It's been a miserable night for him. As Earl
Seidner
Kaufman
here.
Earl Kaufman punts to Seidner back at the Rainbow 24, tripped up and dropped at the 31 of Hawaii. Stopped on the play by Alema Fatisemanu. 8:38 to play. And it's 56-7 Rainbows. 50-yard punt, 9-yard return for Seidner. Rainbow football is brought to you by Pacific Machinery. From bulldozers to lawnmowers, machines that make the Pacific work. Pacific Machinery, a division of Theo H. Davies and Company Limited. And we'll take a break. 56-7 Bows on the Rainbow Football Network.
Francis Camera gives you a closer look at rainbow sports action with the state's largest binocular selection. Bushnell, Pentax, Tasco, and Nikon will zoom you onto the field or floor. Minolta, Steiner, Leica, and Fuji will give you the angle on a great play or scoring points. Binoculars from Francis Camera start at $30. For the best seat in the house, get binoculars from Francis Camera. One of over 180 Ala Moana stores.
Yes, you can do it with Quikrete. Quikrete Vinyl Concrete Patcher is the game winner for those around-the-home projects. Available in 40-pound bags, plus easy-to-use 7-pound pails. Quikrete, your winning answer for cracked sidewalks, driveways, lanais, entranceways, and more.
You can do it. There's nothing to it. You can do it with Quikrete. Subway bakes my bread up fresh, and that's my way. My way. I get a combo seafood club the best way. My way. Subway. You make my sub in front of me. Just the way it ought to be. It's fresh and hot. I know I got it. My way. Subway. My way. Subway.
Subways are right on your way with 19 stores on Oahu, except no substitute.
All right, we are back. Walter Santiago on the option right. Pitches while he's falling down. Kealoha turns the corner and is out of bounds at the 40. And thank you very much for
We have our lava-lavas. We are complete.
All right, thank you. A gift from American Samoa. And we were going through during that last commercial break the proper way to tie the lava-lava. And I think I've got it.
If my wife Tully's listening, who's the expert, she needs to get up here and to show Larry how to tie this lava-lava.
The authentic way.
Yes.
Pickup of 7, 2nd and 3 Rainbows on their own 40. Santiago, handoff up the middle. And that is Richard Stevenson getting close to the first down at the 43, tackled by Bob Davis. Boy, we haven't heard Bob Davis's name at all tonight, hardly. Davis came into this game known for his head bonking the wild linebacker. Well, came into this game leading the team in tackles and getting all the notoriety and publicity. Has not been a factor at all. First down, and the Rainbows have just gone over the 600-yard mark in total offense. Thank you, Chuck Halter. 8:14 to play in this game. Rainbows leading 56-7. On the option right, Santiago. Well, there's Bob Davis saying hello, Walter, dropping him for a loss of 4 in the backfield. As soon as Santiago tried to cut up the field, Davis met him right now. Last shipment of 89 Toyotas has arrived, and your Toyota dealer has the best deal of the decade. Free air conditioning and a free vehicle protection package from Toyota. Thank you for the lava-lava, by the way.
I'll show you how to tie it a little better after.
All right, well, when we get a little bit more time. David Bradley is in the game for Hawaii, number 9, split left. And here's the option again, and Santiago's drilled in the backfield and loses yardage again. Eddie Green in a hurry, along with Fatise Manu. And so that didn't work out at all.
You know why it's not working? It's the offensive line of the Rainbows right now. We have the second team line. They have to come and play. This is the time for them to show something. They're playing against the first team of BYU. They need to fire off the ball.
3rd and 15 for the Rainbows. 7 minutes and 5 seconds to play in the game. Back on the Rainbow 38. Santiago to pass. Has all day. Thinks about running. Now fires down the field. Intercepted. The 45, the 40, 35, and check that. The 45, and out to the 47-yard line. David Henderson with the INT was intended for Jeff Newman. And he fired it right into coverage, Santiago did. First turnover of the game for the Rainbows.
Right, and what Walter needs to do there, just take the ball upfield. I mean, we're winning 56-7. Just get a lane, just get what you can get, keep the clock running, take the ball upfield.
6:51 to play in the game, and the Rainbows with a huge lead. I think I'm going to wear my lava the first day at work at KTVU in Oakland and really make an impression.
With a white T-shirt and a tie. White T-shirt and a tie with your lava.
They'll think I'm from...
They'd say, my name Nickel.
Yeah. Detmer to pass. Pocket collapses. He is sacked by Akili Calhoun.
See, what the second team defensive line is doing, that's what the second team offensive line of the Rainbows needs to do. They're having fun out there. They're really letting loose. They're getting upfield. I mean, they're beating the first team of BYU out there, making sacks and putting pressure on Detmer.
10 sacks for the Rainbows against Ty Detmer. 40 more pounds of quickcrete for Alice Udeta. She now has 400 pounds. And counting. Back split. I'm surprised they're leaving Detmer in. Draw. Tuipulotu, 45-50. Fumble. Rainbows have it. And characteristically, the way this game has gone, nobody hit him. The ball popped loose. He was running up the field. Dan Duncan recovered for the Rainbows. Not only did the ball pop out, but it took a crazy hop and bounded directly to 4 Rainbows who were just on the football easily. No problem. Another turnover, and Dan Duncan, who has missed much of the season with an injured knee.
We got Kenny Mayan.
Niu Matalolo at quarterback, who was not expected really to see much playing time in this game because of a boil on his knee, is in there with 6:08 to play. Running the option, and he hands off, and the ball carrier, Lamar Young, is crushed at the line by Bud Orr. Niu Matalolo, who was recruited by BYU. He is a Mormon, and so this probably has some special meaning for him being in this game. Got to give him some congratulations. On several counts, he deserves congratulations. We'll get to that in a second. 2nd and 10 from the 48 of BYU. And he fakes the handoff and then gets hit by Orr, trying to run it up the middle. No gain. Not only was Kenny one of the heroes of the San Diego State game, leading the Rainbows to 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns, but he and his wife are newly proud parents.
Oh,
young baby, and I'm trying to remember which game it was. She was overdue, I know that, and...
Is it a boy or girl?
Boy, you know, if I say...
you better not say.
I better not say. I'll be wrong. We'll check on that. 3rd and 9 from the 47-yard line of BYU. Trips to the left for the Rainbows. Niu Matalolo rolls left. He can run all day. At the 45, and a little taunting as he waves at the BYU defender coming up to make the tackle and runs out of bounds. Stopped on the play by David Henderson, and Kenny was just waving at him saying, here I come, here I come. And some jawing with Niu Matalolo and some of the BYU players on the sideline. Will be 4th and 6, and the Rainbows will have to punt.
Kenny's loving every minute of that jawing, I'll tell you right now.
Kyle Alu on to punt it again. Low snap, fields it cleanly. Oh, big try by Fatisimano to block it. Can't get there. He does a somersault. Ball hits at the 1 and comes back, and will it stay? Yes, out of bounds at the 1. It hit at the 1-yard line and did not bound into the end zone. It bounced laterally and went out at the 1-yard line. That tells the story. How sweet it is up on the scoreboard. Everything going the Rainbows' way. 43-yard punt, no return. Remember, when you're having good times with good friends, use good sense and drink responsibly, especially after this kind of a victory. Know when to say when. A reminder from Anheuser-Busch. Detmer back in his own end zone, throws to his tight end Smith over the middle of the 10 and cut down at the 15-yard line. Good enough for a first down, and they get out of a jam.
You gotta love this crowd. On that play, they're yelling defense, defense. They want a safety. They want a safety. They want Detmer down in the end zone.
14-yard pickup on the play, and the Cougars escape the shadows of their own end zone. Natty Valdez, wide receiver, split to the right, a freshman, in there for Detmer, who goes back to pass and throws the out pattern left to Matsuzaki. Knocked out of bounds after a first down by Dan Duncan. 82 tackling 82.
It was great. Matsuzaki's held up by Coach Wagner.
Listen to this. Matsuzaki being booed by the Rainbow faithful. And Wagner just got dumped. I think the ice bucket has found the head of the head coach.
Larry Jones and Leo Goes had the biggest cooler. It was full of ice and water.
First and 10, Cougars from their own 27. They trail 56-7. Detmer back to pass, looking over the middle. Has a man complete at the 50-yard line. It's Nyberg and gets to the Rainbow 45. Let's go down to Brooks Bear. Maybe not. Well, we'll check with Brooks a little bit later. Pickup of 20 yards for the Cougars, who have not given up, although they trail 56-7 with under 4 minutes to play. Talk about ending a streak, ending the misery in a big way. Detmer to pass. Looking, has all the time in the world, throws on a crossing pattern over the middle, complete to Andy Boyce down at the 23-yard line.
Dan Duncan is complaining down there. I mean, he was literally tackled by Brian May. And he's really, I guess at this point, the referee's not going to make that call.
Clock running, 3.5 minutes to play. Pickup of 21.
And look at the coaches on the sideline with Coach Wagner. They're screaming at this team not to allow BYU into the end zone.
Back split behind Detmer. Rainbow Show blitz. Robertson comes up the middle, gets hit, throws, and Detmer throws it out of bounds. Intended for Matsuzaki at the 10 on the right sideline, carded by Pat Gordon. Now let's check in with Brooks Bear.
Well, Larry, as you can imagine, everyone's certainly delighted down here on the Rainbow side of things that Garrett Gabriel's got his pads off, and he was telling me, I can't believe it. He's got a tremendous smile on his face. Looks like he's fighting back tears. You got Kenny Niumatalolo over here, Huggins, Seidner. These guys are just having a great time tonight.
I bet. Second and 10 Cougars on the Rainbow 23. Back to pass, Detmer. Still in the pocket, throwing. This could be a touchdown. It is on the left sideline to Jeff Franson, who beat Kim McLeod over there. And so the Cougars score perhaps a moral victory of sorts as Detmer hooks up on a 23-yard touchdown pass. Well-thrown ball.
Yes, well thrown. And University of Hawaii, in between plays, puts in their first string defense. They have Mark Odom in there, Herman Talley. Both Herman Talley and Mark Odom were tackled. Again, Sweeney's not going to make that call now. He just wants that clock to run out, but they were tackled. Herman Talley was complaining after that play.
And here's the extra point by Jason Chaffetz. Kick is up, kick is good. 56-14. The Rainbows with a comfortable lead, I'd say, with 2:57 to play, and we'll keep it right here. Well, this is the final time we're going to get a chance to work together here, aside from me giving you some stocks and passing some money your way. So aside from that, this is it on the air. Should I buy the Xerox?
Well, I think you should buy Castle and Cook. Castle.
Okay.
And my branch manager, Robert Baker, who's a genius, you call him, he'll give you some good picks.
Okay.
He gives me my picks anyway.
On a more serious note, Matt Pinto will be taking over for me next week as the Rainbows take on UTEP. It's been fun. We've had some good times.
I mean, folks, I have just met this man in August. He's a great man, and it has taught me a lot, along with Don Robbs. I mean, I'm not a broadcaster, as you can probably tell for the first couple of games. Probably still now you can tell I'm not a broadcaster. I don't claim to be one, but Don Robbs and Larry Beal, and especially Larry, just really helped me a lot. And one day, that's why I will say it for Don Robbs, one day when you're doing big-time Monday Night Football, whatever you're doing, please give us some tickets. Please. If we ask you for tickets, don't say, Larry, Don, who?
Ghosts and Robs? Who?
When you're some big shot during the Olympics, let us see the 100-yard meters on the sidelines, please.
I'll try to stash some tickets for you on the side. I promise you that. 56-14 Rainbows. And we have an hour-long post-game show to follow. Cougars trying to run an onside kick and botch that up. Brantley fields the sky-high kick at the 30 and gets wrestled down by Alema Fatisemanu. Nice tackle. He's looked good on special teams tonight.
He's playing with some vengeance out there.
You asked me about Kenny Niumatalolo's wife. They, well, not they. I mean, Kenny was encouraging her, but I don't know that he physically was doing much. They had a baby girl.
Oh, great. Kenny's just a super young man. He's gonna be a success in whatever he does after football.
2:52 to play. Niumatalolo, the quarterback. Rainbows with a huge lead, 42 points over BYU. Their arch rivals. What a way to wash away an ugly streak. Handoff up the middle. Stevenson runs right into Fatisemanu. No gain. Cougar touchdown. Ty Detmer to Jeff Franson, 23 yards. Cougars went 99 yards in 6 plays. So shows you the competitive fight that they have. You have to credit Lavelle Edwards for that.
Yeah, and they're a well-coached team. They're going to keep on going and going until it's all over.
Brand new for 1990, the new Suzuki Swift, the first automobile from Suzuki sold in Hawaii. It's sporty and fun to drive, the new Suzuki Swift. Clock ticking down, 2:15, 2:14, 2:13. Niumatalolo pitches right side. This is Pat Gordon, I believe, turning the corner out of bounds at the 38. Well, unless Gordon is going both ways, that's Eric Center, a reserve slot back.
I was saying,
Gordon also wears number 24, but plays defense.
What Center needs to do is just stay in bounds.
Well, even the scoreboard guys are confused. They got Pat Gordon's picture up on the board to our left. Eric Center. 2:06 to play, 56-14 Rainbows. I'm told that Marcia Cherner from the Aloha Bowl was watching this game tonight. I don't know if there's still interest on the part of the Aloha Bowl as Niumatalolo is sacked back at the 32-yard line. But you know that after this game there will be renewed interest among Rainbow fans saying we want these guys in a bowl game.
And they're gonna put a lot of pressure. Again, we just going to find out just how much that Colorado State loss hurt. But this definitely helps them a little with this kind of just overwhelming victory over BYU.
Well, that will be the question, if not only the victory but the size of the victory makes a difference. 4th and 10, Alu to punt, gets it off. Oh, wow, what a kick. Sky high. And Mitchell at his own 25 decides with 3 Rainbows in his face, I'll go out of bounds. I would say that's a wise move when you're trailing by 42.
Our man Joaquin Barnett was there. Come on, sucker. Come on, try to run at me. I'll hit you right in your mouth. Come on, boy.
43-yard punt, 3-yard return. Joaquin Barnett and other impressions, courtesy of Larry Goess. Who else do you do?
Well, not very much. Well, I can't do you because you're half of all the people in Hawaii, I just say we're going to miss you so much.
Will you stop saying that, please? 1st and 10 from the 29. Detmer to pass. He is hit. He is sacked again. Tony Goodney back there with Samana and Akili Calhoun. I believe that's sack number 11.
Don Rob see me on the shoulder. Not all of us. Some people won't miss you. And when you're working at that big-time TV station, driving on the road, you are going to miss Don Robs and myself. Although I was using the back seat just laughing at you two.
We had some good times on the road. We did have good fun on the road trips. The games were not much fun on the road at Wyoming and Colorado State. But 2nd and 19 for Ty Detmer back at his 20 now. Rainbows with a big rush. Detmer standing in the pocket. Throws to Natty Valdez, complete at the 38. Ridden down by Pat Gordon. Good enough for a first down. In fact, that was a good pattern run by the freshman wide receiver from Mission Viejo, California, because he got just what he needed for the first down. Needed to get to the 39-yard line and did just that. Under 30 seconds left as the Rainbows count it down, 56-14. Back to passes Detmer. Has time, throws complete to Tui Pelotu out of the backfield, tackled by Joe Sardo at the 45. That was the last play, I believe. 10 seconds. Let's hear the countdown. for the champagne. Don Robbs, can you get the cork out? All right. 56-14. The champagne was on ice. I saw it at halftime. A toast to you, young man.
Toast. To the Rainbows!
Yes, we're not impartial at all, folks.
No.
56-14. The Rainbows finally beat BYU. We'll be back in just a moment.
No matter what happens to the Rainbows, your season will be picture perfect with a great lineup from Kodak and Long's Drugs. Get 12 bonus exposures when you buy a multi-pack of 35mm 100-speed Kodacolor Gold film. And with a 75-cent instant redeemable coupon, the savings converge for extra points. Check out Long's ad in tomorrow's paper for more particulars. Kodacolor Gold multi-packs available at your nearby Long's Drugs on Oahu.
Always find the very best at Lowe's.
Your Toyota Hawaii dealers are celebrating Servco's 70th year with an anniversary value package on all 1990 Corollas and Camrys. For just $70, your value package may include power steering, AM/FM stereo, power windows, aluminum wheels, and more, saving you over $800 on certain models. Offer ends November 30th and supplies are limited. So hurry to your Toyota dealers now.
I love what you do for me.
To those of you who want quick access to cash, here's a big plus. If your bank card or credit card has a Plus System logo on it, you can get cash at more than 100 Plus System teller machines around the islands, including over 70 Banco bank machines. So look for the Plus System logo. With it, you'll find cash and a dozen other banking transactions handier than ever. Bank of Hawaii, Hawaii's bank. Member FDIC and the Plus System Network.
It is a very happy Aloha Stadium. Call it raucous if you will. The Rainbows in a wipeout of BYU. 56-14. And the Cougars shell-shocked. And the Rainbows perhaps with renewed hopes of getting some kind of a bowl bid, raised their record to 6-2. They are 4-2 in the WAC. BYU falls to 6-2, 4-1 in the Western Athletic Conference. Overall, just a brilliant performance tonight, and a great job by the coaches with an excellent game plan.
They came in prepared, and they made a major difference in the game. I mean, not only, you prepare your team as games go on, but they made a major difference just coming up with a game plan. Great execution. Garrett Gaber, the whole team, just a great team victory.
And a very happy president of the university, Dr. Albert Simone. He's right here joining us for a toast. And we're getting him wired up here at the moment. 56-14, the final score. How you doing, Doc?
Hey, terrific.
Here we go. I've got a microphone here. Make it easier for you.
All righty. Thank you.
Okay. Your thoughts? Well, let's get untangled here. We're going to strangle this guy.
My thoughts. Well, before I give you my thoughts, let me say thank you to you for coming back and broadcasting this game and bringing us the luck that we needed. Now, other than that, I want to wish you good luck in your new assignment. We're going to bring you back every year for this game, okay?
That's fine with me.
Now, I must tell you something else. We did have something else going. In the press box, we had Bishop Ferrario rooting for us. We took him down on the field at halftime. Now, we had Reverend Pastor Ted Robinson from Central Union Church. He was down on the field with us also. So we had a little bit of that going for us.
Don't forget Father Halter here.
Oh, my God, Father Halter. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's the one that predicted it, right?
And not only that, did a great
sir.
Job with the stats.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic victory for the university.
It really was, and the coaches prepared very, very well. They gambled with a brand new offense coming out that no one had seen before, and it worked. And once the momentum starts and it keeps going, it's hard to lick. The only bad luck we had was on that roughing the kicker play when they scored their first 7 points, the other team. But other than that, everything really went our way, and we were fortunate. And the kids played their hearts out, and the fans were here cheering them on, and the coaches really prepared them well.
Thanks for coming by. Join us in a toast.
Okay.
All right.
Let me toast to you and to your future success. We know you'll be a champ because you've always been one here. And also to the Rainbows. May they play in a bowl, and may they win that too.
Ah, very good, very good. Dr. Albert Simone, the president of the University of Hawaii. 56-14, the final score. Rainbows with a victory. We'll come back after this.
Take a look on the streets. The 1990 cars by Toyota are here, bringing a new decade of quality and style that you've come to expect from Toyota. And leading the way, the all-new Celica with a bold, revolutionary design, unlike any car you've ever seen from Toyota. Catch a glimpse on the street, then come in and see them all up close. The 1990s are here at your Toyota Hawaii dealers now.
Only one airline offers business class service on every flight leaving Honolulu. It also flies frequent schedules to Los Angeles, San Francisco, Denver, and provides convenient connections to over 100 mainland cities. For 20 years, this airline has provided warm and caring service to Hawaii's travelers. The airline? Continental. And Hawaii is going places on Continental Airlines.
Team walk. A curtain call for the Rainbows, who have emerged from the locker room and are dancing on the field. David Maeva and Mike Tressler leading the charge as the Rainbows want to celebrate some more. We'll come back with a full post-game wrap-up as the Rainbows beat the Cougars 56-14. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
University of Hawaii football has been brought to you in part by Hawaii Transportation Systems Professional Truck Driving School. Call 847-3221. Robert's Hawaii Travel Service, offering complete travel packages to any destination. Get a great deal on a used car from your local Toyota used car dealer. The Rainbow's also brought to you in part by Safeway. Safeway invites you to see the difference, taste the difference in their farm fresh produce department. Pacific Machinery, from bulldozers to lawnmowers, machines that make the Pacific work. Quikrete Vinyl Concrete Patcher. There's nothing better than Quikrete products for those around-the-home projects. House of Soup, specializing in oxtail and other great soups. Intercom Computer Center, 250 Ward Avenue. University of Hawaii Professional Assembly, the UH Faculty Union, and Sandy Brody Cycles, a complete line of Honda power equipment and cycles in Waipahu.
The secret word is tunnel. Say the secret word and you get a free ride through the McKinley Tunnel at McKinley Car Wash with a fill-up of 10 gallons or more. And here's our first guest. Although at this rate, he might be our last guest. You all right, sir?
I didn't see the wall. I have tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision, eh? You just said the secret word. And your car gets a free tunnel ride at either McKinley Car Wash on Kapiolani or in Kalihi.
Oh, boy.
At McKinley Car Wash, we make you shine.
Thank you.
And we'll even wash your ambulance.
Pacific Nissan, first on Automobile Road.
One of the many reasons why Pacific Nissan is Hawaii's #1 dealer is our 5-star service. We care about you, our customers. That's why we have Hawaii's largest service center. That's why we give you free pickup and delivery. That's why we're the only service center open on Saturday. Not only do we sell for less, we service the best. Pacific Nissan, you've made us #1 because you come first with us.
Pacific Nissan, first on Automobile Road.
Time now to find out how the coach and the players feel about tonight's game as we go into the locker room for Rainbow Wrap-Up. Brought to you by Menehune Mac, Hawaii's premium candy. By K. Ifuku Radiator Shop, keeping your radiator cool all year round. By Asahi's Super Dry Beer, the #1 beer in Japan. By Plumbing Specialties and Supplies, Hawaii's complete plumbing fixtures outlet. And by Dave John's Windward Nissan in Kaneohe. Now let's go back to Larry Beal.
56-14, the final score as the Rainbows not only win, but wipe out the Cougars of BYU. We're joined by UH Athletic Director Stan Sheriff. Stan, you sat with us in the booth next to us last week at Colorado State, and your face was a crimson red that you looked like a tomato that was ready to burst. You look much happier tonight.
Well, Larry, just a great victory, and it's just amazing how the coaches were able to bring the kids back after turning the ball over 7 times, actually 9 times if you count the 2 short yardage plays back at Colorado State, to be able to come back and do what they did tonight. It was rather interesting as they opened up with a no huddle and went with really a formation that Mississippi State, a 1AA school, made kind of famous, and they had that great receiver, I think, was Jerry Rice that was doing all the catching, and our kids did a great job with it. And I think that really set the tone. It got them off balance. They didn't know exactly how to adjust to it. I was watching number 36, their outstanding linebacker, Bob Davis, and he was having trouble knowing exactly where to go. And then I think as the game progressed, when MacArthur caught the pass right in front of the BYU bench, the one-handed catch, I imagine those coaches looked over and said, I don't think we can win this game. And then the topping on the cake was the punt
that stopped at the 1, right?
That rolled laterally after it hit the ground and stopped at the 1-yard line. Just an outstanding victory. Bob Wagner and his staff ought to be extremely happy.
All right, Rainbows are 6-2 now, and after last week's disappointment, I know the Aloha Bowl folks were here. What do you think? Is there still a chance, in your opinion, for a bowl game?
Well, I think there's definitely a chance. I don't see how they could overlook us. BYU was being looked at. I would imagine the Aloha Bowl people were looking more at BYU than they were at the University of Hawaii, and BYU has come out with 6 wins and 1 loss. They only lost to Washington State, an outstanding record. Their passer was leading the nation or very close to it. We just basically throttled them down. They didn't get anything from us. We put 56 points board, and I think that if we don't stub our toe along the way, that they're going to have to look at us.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. It's been a pleasure, and a lot of frustration gone tonight.
Larry, this sure is, and I want to wish you the best up in Oakland, California. We're going to miss you, and you've done a great job for us, and thank you for being with the Bows.
Thank you. A pleasure. A pleasure. Stan Sheriff. We're going to come back with a very happy Rainbow locker room after this.
After 4 quarters of yelling and screaming, wouldn't it be nice to wind down, sitting chest deep in your own Kohler Whirlpool tub?
Don't just think it. Visit Plumbing Specialties and Supplies and pick one out. They have a Kohler Whirlpool to fit your bathroom and your pocketbook. Plumbing Specialties and Supplies, now open to retail at wholesale prices. Plumbing Specialties and Supplies, Hawaii's extensive plumbing fixtures outlet.
A rose is a rose is a rose, but not when it comes to a macadamia nut candy. Bite into one from a box of Minahuni Mac, and you'll notice a big difference. Using only Hawaii-grown nuts to maintain quality, Minahuni Mac individually hand-dips these nuts into a special blend of creamy chocolate to give you a premium candy. Minahuni Mac, a tasteful difference.
For nearly 50 years, Keifuku Radiator Shop has been providing the community with reliable and dependable service. Whether it's problems with the radiator oil coolers or heat exchanger, they've kept Hawaii on the road and on the go. And Keifuku is proud to carry on the tradition of sponsoring the Rainbow football broadcast. So for all your radiator needs, stop by Keifuku Radiator in town on Waikamilo Street, or their new location, Ifuku Leeward Radiator on Leonui Street in Waipahu.
56-14, and Larry Goss has continued with How to Tie a Lava Lava, Volume 2, in your Honolulu bookstores very soon.
Well, when you go up to Oakland, we want you to represent the Polynesian race real authentically.
That's true.
To have your shell lay and your lava lava on properly.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Great victory for the Rainbows tonight, 56-14. They beat BYU just in all phases. One of those games where the coaches of BYU would say, you know, nothing worked. And the Rainbows, I have to say, you and I and Don Robbs were among the most frustrated people last week at Colorado State, watching the Rainbows really self-destruct in a lot of cases with their triple option attack. They threw caution to the wind tonight, came out and were determined to pass the ball. And Paul Johnson really sold us a bill of goods yesterday when he said, deadpan, I mean, serious. He knew what the game plan was because he put it in, and he said, gentlemen, we have to run the ball against these guys. We're just going to try to run our triple option and see what they give us. And you and I looked at each other and said, oh, no, not again. And 440 yards passing for Garrett Gabriel, 4 touchdowns. Chris Roscoe is main man, 8 receptions, 158 yards, and 1 TD. Jamal Farmer, 1 catch, and it was brilliant, an 83-yard screen that he took coast to coast. And Jeff Newman also with 1 reception, a 45-yard touchdown pass. We're going to go into the locker room with Brooks Bear, who is standing by.
Hello, Larry.
How you doing, Brooks?
Well, technical problems persist here, but we've got Coach out here answering questions. We're going to get in on it right now.
Set in. I'm just, you're so wound up, and and don't want anybody to let down. Just keep playing hard. But it's certainly a great win, big win for the program. Hey, thanks, Norm. Thank you. Oh, it's a great win. It hadn't sunk in yet. The way we did it, the score is just it's fantastic, and what more can I say?
And the quarterback. I mean, the guy who is, he's been so maligned, and all of a sudden
because we get so negative so quick. I mean, and to me, I love Hawaii. I've lived here for a long time. I think it's a thread in the personality of our whole culture. We have a lot of pride in ourselves. We think we're pretty good, but there's a streak of inferiority complex, I think, through a lot of the damn society, and I think it shows up in the newspapers. I mean, we're ready to give up on our team so quick. We're not a great football team, but we can be pretty darn good when we play well. One game doesn't make a quarterback, it doesn't make a team. Certainly this doesn't make our season, but it was a great step for us.
You've been here many, many years. On a personal level, what does it mean to you?
Well, I don't know. To me, there's no justice in college football if we don't win another game or two and don't go to a bowl game. I guarantee you, being 6-2 with a win like that over a great program and an excellent football team, there's no justice in college football. It's just a big win for a program. There's a monkey on our back, really. I mean, because I have tremendous respect for BYU, and to play them so close so many times and come up short, I mean, really takes a lot out of you. It's taken a lot out of me over the years. So it's just, it's just a great win. And it's something that I told the guys early in the week that it didn't have to be close. If we played really well, it didn't have to be a close game, and they got it done.
Coach, your spread formation and your hurry-up offense that started out the game and got that quick score, is that something you saved for BYU, or have you used that earlier in the season?
Well, we used that 2 years ago. So it's something we have in our package, and, you're always just trying to find a way to win, and we have different wrinkles each week, but, tonight, a lot of the stuff worked.
Coach, judging by the...
Start did, didn't it? I mean,
it did, and we kind of, we thought we had an idea of what kind of coverage they might be in and whatnot, and, it worked, and it was just one of those nights for us that most things we did, worked.
Was there ever a point that you felt like letting up and not running up the score, or do all the points help 15 years of hurt?
Well, I don't think, we were not trying to run up the score. We put our second quarterback in the fourth quarter. And I don't know if their backup was hurt or whatnot, but from what I know, their first-team defense was in there to the end, and their starting quarterback was in there at the end. So we certainly weren't trying to run up the score. We ran the ball a bunch the second half. They're a very explosive football team. And in our conference, you never want to run up the score, but you also want to make sure you win the game and put the other team away.
You made the call after the game to get the players back out on the field, have the crowd acknowledge them, something that you said they deserved.
Well, they deserved it. Eddie Noy's the one that, I don't get any kind of stuff, but Eddie's a sports information guy. He's been around for a long time. He suggested it, so we did it.
Looked like you won a bowl game, all the celebrating out there. Biggest win ever for the university?
I think, we'll see how the season develops. I think if we go on and get in a bowl game, if we, if we can win next week in a conference game, a big conference game for us, and hang in there, then it'll be real significant. If we go on and win 8 or 9 again and don't go to a bowl game, certainly a big win, but not a fantastic win.
Conference title hope still alive.
Well, they are, and it's a long shot, but they are alive, and this has to have shaken BYU's confidence. Certainly, they're a good football team. They got a tough game next week, and then they get back in conference play. Well, I think it does give a lot more conference teams some hope.
Does this send a message to the Aloha Bowl then, Bob?
Well, hopefully it sends a message around the country. You know, the thing that I hope people understand is that, you know, I got quoted in that bottom 20 column, but they didn't put in there that we essentially had the equivalent of 9 turnovers. I mean, that's why I made the quote. So, you know, 310 yards against Colorado State, who, you know, blew Utah out today. You know, it's one of those days, one of those things. So I hope it sends a message, you know, just to college football in general.
Your defense got to Detmer and sacked him 9 times. Did you put together a special blitz package to meet BYU?
Not really. I tell you, most of the stuff that we did tonight, we have done in other games. But we mix things up from week to week. So, you know, there's always a wrinkle or two, but basically it was stuff that we had done, and we've had success playing defense against BYU in the past. We've kicked the ball well against them in the past. The thing we hadn't been able to do before we went to the offense, and, you know, Paul Johnson, the offensive coach, has done a great job, is score touchdowns, move the ball and score points. That's what we had been lacking, and tonight, you know, all 3 phases worked, and I guess the master plan worked.
How about the no-huddle offense at the outset? Whose idea was that, and how thrilled were you that seemed to work?
Well, you know, Paul Johnson, the offensive coaches, you know, have a lot of freedom, and it's something that you know, Paul and I talked about, and you know, made a decision to go with.
Okay, Larry and Larry, as the recorders filter in here and start talking to the coach, the questions get redundant. What I'm going to do is throw it back upstairs for a few minutes and go look for some of the star players tonight. Lord knows there's lots of them.
All right, and we've been joined up here. We've got a quadruple team effort because we've been joined by Rick Blangiardi and Jim Leahy from KHNL. Rick, like myself, this was your last game. What a way to finish.
What a way to finish, and I think, as they just said about the questions getting redundant, so were the superlatives tonight. It was just an absolutely magical evening.
Jim, I know you, like the Rainbow coaching staff, have lived and broadcast a lot of
12 years.
12 years of BYU Hawaii games, and
12 years,
this
and
is
always,
special.
yeah, always coming up on the bottom end, as you know.
Yes.
I just came over to wish you well, Larry.
Thank you.
In all of your endeavors up in Oakland. Don't be caught in tunnels in the next earthquake. I think great things are coming for you, and I also, my broadcast partner here, Rick Blangiardi. What a way to go out, gentlemen. I mean, if you could pick one game in which to do your last game for the University of Hawaii, this is the game. I mean, not only was it joyful in the 4th quarter when the issue was decided, it was joyful from the beginning, from the opening kickoff, from the opening drive. We kept looking over at each other across the expanse here through visiting radio, and they're rather glum right now. I didn't want to look over there. But we kept saying, gee, what a celebration tonight. It was a long time in coming. We can all take this and really celebrate, because I think this is the biggest victory in University of Hawaii football history. I mean, you can comment about Iowa, and maybe years ago against Arizona State, played well against some of the big teams, Michigan, Oklahoma. But this one, because of what it meant. So I wish you well, sir.
Thank you. This is almost a spiritual cleansing after all of these years. And I have to thank you, because I don't know if you remember, probably about 10 years ago, when I would go up to you and say, Mr. Leahy, could you listen to my tape and please tell me if I'm doing a good job? And you say, who is this kid over here?
No, but you really did. You really have. And I think you're going on to better things. And welcome Matt, because Matt's going to do a great job starting next week.
All right, thanks. We're going to take a break and then come right back.
When my grandfather gets to talking about his labor days in the sugarcane fields, you can almost feel the sweat dripping from his tired body. His stories of toil seem endless, and with tears glistening in his eyes, he would always end with this simple statement of love. Your grandmother always had a cold Asahi beer waiting for me.
Asahi Super Dry Beer, a 99-year tradition, now with an added dimension.
The most asked question in the last 10 years when people buy a new car or truck: what about the payments? Can I hack the monthly payments? Well, now Dave Chun's Windward Nissan smashes the payment barrier. Save 50% on your monthly car payments. You heard right. Save 50% on your monthly car payments. See Dave Chun's Windward Nissan now for details, and buy any new Nissan for just $100 down payment. You're a buyer at Windward Nissan. See the display at the First Hawaiian Auto Show November 3rd through 5th at the Blaisdell Center. Credit on approval.
After 4 quarters of yelling and screaming, wouldn't it be nice to wind down, sitting chest deep in your own Kohler Whirlpool tub?
Don't just think it. Visit Plumbing Specialties and Supplies and pick one out. They have a Kohler Whirlpool to fit your bathroom and your pocketbook. Plumbing Specialties and Supplies, now open to retail at wholesale prices. Plumbing Specialties and Supplies, Hawaii's extensive plumbing fixtures outlet.
56-14, the final score, and the balloons, the good luck charms, are still there. They're hanging from this guy wire in the north end zone, and you just got to know that people in the yellow seats in section double T and W are going, somebody from the stadium get those balloons down. I can't see the game. We're going to go down to Brooks Bear, who has got one of our stars of tonight's game, Mark Odom, who was in on 7 tackles, had 4 sacks for a loss of 43 yards. Brooks, he's all yours.
Well, you talk about a good luck charm. Here's a guy who was doing his little war dance all over the field tonight. He tells me it hasn't hit him yet.
Yeah, I mean, a game like this, and, you know, everything riding on it, I mean, it just still hasn't, you know, to me, it just feels like another day, and you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm weird, or maybe, you know, maybe I'm about to pass out right now. You know, it's just great, you know, for the team to come through, for everybody to stick together and hang in there and just play a total team effort. I mean, that's the most pleasing thing right now.
Well, Mark, perhaps you're experiencing a feeling that no one in Hawaii has felt for 15 years. The whole state is sharing in your feeling. Great win.
I mean, I'm just lost for words. I mean, it's something like this, you know, you got to sit back and really sit down and, you know, before you can say something, you know. I'm happy for the state, you know, for coming out and supporting us and, you know, just still believing, you know. I know it's been a long time, but this is all that counts right now.
You were in Detmer's face and in his shirt all day, but you're looking across the line of scrimmage and you're seeing guys a lot bigger than you. How do you get in there?
Well, a lot of times it's our defense. I try to use speed a lot of times. You know, you run into them guys, it's just like running to a wall. So I just try to outquick them, and you know, luckily tonight I was able to do it.
You guys have something extra against BYU, emotion, adrenaline?
Well, you know, that's always going to be there. That's, you know, something like that. This is just one of those games that you're always going to get up for. But I think what we had going for us today, we knew that everything we wanted riding on tonight, you know. I mean, all our dreams, all our goals that we wanted to achieve right on tonight. So I think that right there really gave us an extra edge, and, you know, we just were able to go out there and do the job.
Let me ask the guys upstairs if they have a question before we move on to any number of people we'd like to talk to tonight.
Mark, Larry Beal up in the booth. You guys were so dominating tonight. Did you ever dream in your wildest of dreams that you could beat BYU the way you beat them tonight?
Well, you never really, you know, you never really can see the outcome of the game, you know. You can just see yourself going through the game. We knew that if we went out there and played our game, you know, they were going to have a hard time stopping us. We also knew that, you know, if we played like last week, you know, we were just going to get run out the stadium. So I think we were able to do the little things, you know, play hard, and then, you know, the score just kept going and going and going. So, you know, when things like that happen, when you play hard and you do well and the total team comes together, I mean, it just rolls, and, you know, the scoreboard reflected it.
Thanks very much. Appreciate your stopping by.
Good
job, Mark.
All right, we'll come back in just a moment on Rainbow Wrap-Up.
A rose is a rose is a rose, but not when it comes to a macadamia nut candy. Bite into one from a box of Minahuni Mac, and you'll notice a big difference. Using only Hawaii-grown nuts to maintain quality, Minahuni Mac individually hand-dips these nuts into a special blend of creamy chocolate to give you a premium candy. Minahuni Mac, a tasteful difference.
Hey, bro, you let you know what happened to me the other day.
What?
I was charging down the Poly. All of a sudden, psst, my radiator burst, the water spring all over the place, everything smoking. I tell you, I was stuck. My car was all hammer-jang.
Eh, biaka mai. Tora ka tu kei fuku radiator on Waikamila Road in Kalihi. Eh, they went fix all my construction cars and trucks. Them guys is fast and affordable too.
Hey, that's right. They're the guys on the radio who advertise doing UH Sports, huh?
Oh, you get them.
Hey, they keep your radiator cool all year long.
If you enjoy good beer, then you should try the new Asahi Super Dry Beer. It's, well, quite different, with a crisp, clean taste. you can say it has character. This beer was introduced in Japan only last year, and the demand for it was overwhelming. 13 million cases. Now that's saying a lot. You're missing something. Haven't tried the new Asahi Super Dry beer?
Back live, 56-14. The Rainbows over BYU in a big way. Thinking about bowl possibilities. Brooks Bear is in the locker room with Jamal Farmer. Jamal, 54 yards rushing on 18 carries. 2 touchdowns included in that. And also a rather scintillating 83-yard screen pass that he took for a touchdown. And he is standing by with Brooks Bear.
Jamal Farmer, 14 points against the dreaded BYU. But you're a freshman. You realize what's happened here today. Do you know what you've done for this state and for this team and for this school?
Well, basically, I'm just trying to be a team player. I'm not really looking at as being a freshman and everything. And I just, go out there and take the game, one at a time.
Is there a different feeling out there on the field when you play BYU?
Well, like I said, this is my first time against BYU, and I don't really know how it feels, and I haven't been around to see what BYU was like, so it was just like an ordinary game to me.
Garrett Gabriel was tremendous tonight.
Very. He was really good tonight. He sat in the pocket, and he did a lot of things. I knew he would hang in there.
How far can you guys go?
We can go all the way, I think. All it takes is the guys to just come and unite, and that's what we did tonight. And you can see what it could happen.
If we have any people out there who arrange these bowl games, you got a message for them?
The Bulls is coming.
The Bulls is coming, and they're going to beat somebody.
Yeah, they are.
Hey, guys upstairs, you got a question for Mr. Farmer.
Yeah, your English teacher may have a message for you on Monday.
That was me.
Oh, okay. Jamal, last week you didn't play at all. 2 questions. 1, how did that make you feel? And 2, is everything squared away as far as you and the coaches?
Yes, it is. Basically, it was my fault. I learned from my mistakes, so I just came out here and played the game tonight.
How did it feel going 83 yards with a screen pass? You got some great downfield blocking from Chris Roscoe and Leo Goas on that play.
Yes, I did. That's what I said. Like Leo, he's a big guy, and all I did was hide behind Leo, and he took me all the way in the end zone.
How does it feel? You scored 3 touchdowns tonight. You're leading the Rainbows. You've got 15 touchdowns for the season. Did you ever think heading into your freshman year that it would be anything like that?
No, I didn't. Actually, I didn't really think I was going to play this much until Richard Stevens got hurt, and I got my call.
Well, you look like you are a very special back, and we look forward to watching you for the next few years.
Thank you.
All right. Larry, you have any questions?
Jamal, congratulations. I mean, I just got to say, I'm one of those players, I don't have that feeling. I lost to those guys 4 years in a row, but I just share in your joy and the team victory. And tell Leo I said congratulations, the whole team, congratulations.
He's right here.
Hey, Larry, I'll tell you what, we got your big brother stomping on in here, and he's got a big old smile on his face. Jamal, thanks a lot. I'm gonna.
Good job, Jamal.
Thank you.
All right, and we're gonna hook old Leo up here. Leo, congratulate, and then we're gonna go to Mr. Jones over here. But first of all, Leo, congratulations.
Thank you very much. It was a team win. We all, came out determined that everyone's going to concentrate and do their job and not worry about what the other guy's doing and not worry about the quarterback and not worry about nothing but, just focusing on your own job. And you can see the results, what you can get when you do that.
And this is a family win.
Well, I'll tell you what, having my dad on the sideline really meant a lot to me. And I looked over at him right before the game, and he's all crying and got me all pumped up. And throughout the game, he's looking at me, and I'm looking at him. He's giving me the fist sign that means go. Just suck it up and go.
You were getting the fist sign from a guy upstairs.
After the game, I looked up and seen Larry with his lava and wearing my, holding my shirt, the shirt that my family made for me. And I was thinking about Larry too, up in the booth and all cramped up.
Larry, congratulate your brother down here. A terrific night. Open up some big holes.
Big G, great job.
Thanks, Bo.
And I'm drinking champagne with the boys up here. We're celebrating big time here.
All right.
Hey, I got a question for you. We talk about Jamal Farmer going 83 yards on that screen pass. You went 83 yards also as a downfield blocker. What were you thinking about on that play?
I tell you what, that was the longest play of my life. I was getting, how did I look? Did I look pretty quick?
You did. You was moving good. You're moving good.
Well, for a guy who's about 280 pounds, you look real quick.
You didn't really put a block on. You just laid on the guy.
Just taking up some space. But at the very end, I think I pushed someone down, and he kind of ran right over me. And when I seen him get in the end zone, I was just in awe.
All right. Congratulations and thanks very much.
Thank you.
And if we can keep it right here, I'll tell you what, if we don't get him now, we're going to lose him. Okay?
Get him.
Here we go. We got him. And this is about the only way that I will get him is on the mic here. Larry Jones, congrats.
Thanks a lot, man. It was not too much you can say about that win. I think we came out and we were very determined, and we played good ball, and everything was going our way, so it's hard to stop us when we don't turn the ball over.
Right. You've played BYU a number of years and suffered, of course, last year's heartbreaking defeat. Is it a different game? Is this like a bowl game, a Super Bowl?
Not really. Before the game, I talked to some of the guys. The coaches gave us an opportunity to talk to the guys without any coaches being around. And we basically told them, hey, man, this is the year right here, and we have to go out and establish our goals, and we have to go out and put everything on the line right now from the beginning, you know. And as we did that, everything was really sweet. And the scheme that Coach Johnson and the coaching staff put out was really good. They were very confused, and it was hard for them to change over, and we were fighting hard, so you can't find too much wrong with that.
Tell us something about the game plan going in with the no huddle and 3 wide receivers out on the sides there coming in. You were obviously trying to confuse them. Were you thinking you're going to go with this until it doesn't work? How did that work?
Well, we figure they have some pretty big guys, and we felt if we just kept putting the pressure on them, we'd wear and tear them down. You know, just like everybody says, BYU comes in and wear and tears us down, and in the fourth quarter they really take over us and everything like that. But I felt like we did a good job, and we wore and tore them down, and we kept fighting, and we came out victorious.
Upstairs, questions for big Mr. Jones.
Larry Beal here. First, I won't be sitting next to you at any more Wahine volleyball games, so I'll have to see you next year when you're in your rookie year with some NFL team.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. And aside from that, I just want to ask you one question about the offensive scheme tonight, because there's a complete departure from what you guys have been running earlier in the season. Did you feel confident going into this game that with the no-huddle attack and that snake formation, the 3 receivers on the side, that you would confuse BYU?
Well, I feel confidence in anything that we do. I mean, as we come out, we always feel confidence. You always want to have that winning feeling. But the scheme that we had and the way I was working in practice, it was going pretty good. And we felt like if we just kept fighting them, like I said, that we'd wear and tear them, and they wouldn't understand what we were doing.
All right. Congratulations.
Larry Jones, Larry Goers.
How you doing, Larry?
Hey, man, brother. Good win.
All right, all right.
I got one question. Tell the fans what it's like when you run the snake offense, 3 receivers on one side. I know when you run the hitch, they pull Robinson and you out into the flats, right?
Yeah.
What's it like seeing a cornerback or a DB with his ear facing you? What's it feel like? Come on, be expressive here.
I don't know. It's just like sitting up eating a good lobster dinner. You get so hungry. I mean, and your eyes get big, and you just want to make that block, and you feel like if you make this good block right here, that the running back is going to be right behind you, get a good cut off you, and score a touchdown. It's very obvious that we love to do that.
Yes. And Larry, congratulations on your leadership. I mean, that's something I think the fans may not see, but you are a leader on the field, and you can see that. And I know that by knowing the team that you are a major leader on that offense. Congratulations on that.
Thanks a lot, man.
All right. We'll come back with phone calls. The Saturday Night Quarterback is coming up next.
Join us for Rainbow Wrap-Up, immediately following every University of Hawaii football game. Brought to you by Babe John's Windward Nissan in Kaneohe. Plumbing Specialties and Supplies, Hawaii's complete plumbing fixtures outlet. By Asahi Super Dry Beer, the #1 beer in Japan. Keifuku Radiator Shop, keeping your radiator cool all year round. By Menehune Mac, Hawaii's premium candy. Next, it's your turn to comment on the game on Saturday Night Quarterback. Start calling 524-3111. Larry and Larry are standing by. Here's a super special for your GM car or light truck from Pacific Oldsmobile GMC. A complete oil change, new filter and lube, all for just $19.95. Yes, up to 5 quarts of genuine GM Good Wrench quality motor oil, a new genuine GM oil filter and lubrication, all just $19.95, and we'll inspect your car completely. Our Good Wrench oil and lube special is now through October 31st, only at Pacific Oldsmobile GMC. See Mr. Good Wrench today. It's not just a car, it's your freedom. Certain GM models do not apply.
All the business news you need when you need it. At 10 minutes before the hour, the Wall Street Journal Report. All you need to know is on News Radio 99, KHVH, Honolulu.
Now, the Saturday night quarterback. Your opportunity to comment on the game. Begin calling right now at 524-3111. The Saturday Night Quarterback brought to you in part by Aloha State Sales, leader in wholesale building supplies. McKinley Car Wash on Kapiolani Boulevard, and in Kalihi, they make you shine. Power Savers, the company that saves you money on your electric bill. Zippy's Restaurants. Zippy is good fun for everyone. And Robert's Hawaii, Robert's Overnighters, featuring travel packages to all the neighbor islands. Now it's time again for Larry and Larry.
All right, the phone lines are open at 524-3111. Before we go down to take some calls, we're going to go down and talk with Garrett Gabriel. Garrett's numbers on the night: 22 of 29 passing for 440 yards and 4 touchdown passes. If he isn't WAC Offensive Player of the Week, I don't know who will be. Brooks Berry's all yours.
A modest Garrett Gabriel looks to the ceiling as you say that, but I think anyone's got to be astounded by those figures. And Garrett, you say this is the win you guys needed.
Well, you know, this past couple of weeks we've been, you know, telling ourselves after the Colorado State game that, you know, we moved the ball well, you know, but it was just the turnovers that cost us the game. And we went out with the same attitude as we did, you know, in the Colorado State game, you know, just, you know, move the ball because they didn't line up in any defenses that, you know, tricked us or anything. And, you know, we executed and we had no turnovers, and that, you know, that wins games.
How do you like that no-huddle offense, putting the 3 receivers out there, try to throw off the D?
Well, you know, we practiced that all week, and, you know, we knew that, you know, the way they would sort of line up to it, and, you know, they did that, and, you know, we took advantage of, you know, what they gave us.
Did that make a big difference getting out early?
Well, yeah, I think, you know, it was unexpected, so they didn't know what to do defensively, and they didn't take a timeout, which we expected them to do. So, you know, that helped us.
You touched on last week, and you'll be the first to admit that last week was not your best game. Everyone will admit that this week was not only your best, but I think you set some school records there in the first half. What's the difference?
Well, like I said, I think it was turnovers. You know, I still go to sleep thinking about the Colorado State game and Wyoming game. And, you know, coaches told us, you know, if we don't turn over the ball, you know, we can be a good team, you know, offensively. And, you know, when the defense plays well, you know, we don't turn over the ball. You know, I think we can win a lot of games.
You know, at halftime we had an interview with Alex Kaloy, the last quarterback, to beat BYU, and he said he wants you to win this game because he's so sick and tired of people introducing him and saying, hey, you know, this is the quarterback who would beat BYU last. You're going to be stuck with that label for a while. Maybe you can do it in consecutive years. But congratulations, Garrett. Let me throw it upstairs for questions.
Yeah, Garrett, Larry Beal, this past week, I would have to say you were a much maligned quarterback after the turnover problems last week. How did that affect you confidence-wise?
Well, you know, it didn't affect me too much. You know, I was hurt, you know, about the games. You know, I thought I didn't play well, and I was upset. But you know, the coaches kept telling me that, you know, if it wasn't for the turnovers, you know, good things can happen. And we went out focused this week that, you know, we wouldn't turn over the ball, you know, and make the right reads and that sort of thing. And you know, it proved that if we do that, you know, better things can happen.
All right, now tonight you came out and you fired the ball to the sidelines. You were throwing bullets. I mean, these were sharp, pinpoint passes. And all week long, people have been asking me, what's wrong with Garrett's arm? How come he's throwing sidearm? It looks like he's throwing underhand. Once and for all, has there been any kind of arm problem or shoulder problem? Are you throwing in pain? What is going on?
Well, at the beginning of the season, there was, you know, some shoulder problems. You know, it wasn't feeling well. And in the game against San Diego State, I hurt my wrist, you know, and it still bothered me. But, you know, it didn't affect my throwing. You know, I had heat on it. And, you know, I keep wondering why people keep saying that. But, you know, everybody has their own opinion. My job is just to go out there and play the best I can. And, you know, that's all I'm that's all I'm going to do every week.
There's a point down here that I don't think these guys can make enough. At least I think they want to make it more often. I asked Jamal Farmer this. I'm going to ask you this. If we have bowl people out there who make the decisions, put people in bowl games, what do you want to tell them?
Well, we'd love to go to a bowl game, any bowl game. You know, we're real happy with this victory, and you know, we know we have to win the rest of our games to go to a bowl game, and I think the whole team wants to go bad, and the whole coaching staff.
And you deserve to go. The proof's in the pudding.
Well, everybody kept saying, to beat a good name team, and I think BYU is well deserving.
Garrett, Larry Goes here. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And I just want to congratulate you on your just a complete performance and just how you led the team. I just have one question for you. I'll let you go and to celebrate with your family is on the personal unsportsmanlike conduct call on Bob Davis, whoever it was. What happened there?
I don't know who did he hit? I don't.
He hit you.
Yeah. Was it me?
Yeah, somebody hit. Well, no, he hit somebody and he did something. Did he swear or did he do?
Was there some taunting?
I didn't know what really went on. I think it had to do with the lineman. He did something to the lineman or running backs. I wasn't too sure, but I know he gave me a good shot there. One play I can remember, but I didn't think he played that dirty.
I'll tell you what, guys, you can always tell a successful night for the Rainbows when you come in and you ask Garrett Gabriel about a certain play or a certain touchdown pass, and he says, I can't remember because there were so many. He was in here asking me, what was that first pass to Roscoe like? And, I don't remember either. There's too many. Congratulations, Garrett, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Oh, it's great. Great celebration tonight. This is a perfect way to... well, the season is over for me, but it's not over for
Wait, Larry,
all these guys. Yes?
This is your offstage announcer speaking. Because this is your last broadcast, and I can say that it seems like only yesterday that you came to work at KHVH for the first time, to work weekends with us, whether you were a student at the university. You and I worked together on a show over at Channel 11 for 4 or 5 years, and then you have gone on to, I think everybody knows the rest of your career to that point. This is a very special night for all of us who've had the pleasure of working with you. We all feel very excited for you. We wish you the best. I think that goes without saying. But we're not the only ones who feel that way. There are a group of young ladies somewhere out there tonight that you have admired from afar.
The Rainbow Dancers!
You have watched them week after week. In fact, sometimes your play-by-play has suffered because you've been so obsessed with these young women. So let us go right now to some young ladies with a special message for you.
Hi, Larry. This is Pam Sanders, director of the University of Hawaii Rainbow Dancers. We're all sorry that you have to leave Hawaii, but we wish you a really nice trip and a happy new move. The girls want to say something to you.
Bye, Larry. Sure will miss you.
Larry, we can't tell you how much we're going to miss those baby blue eyes of yours.
Woo!
Larry, just want to wish you a good luck and a great big aloha from us. Bye.
Bye, Larry. This won't be the same without you.
Love you, Larry.
Bye, Larry. Don't forget us while you're gone. Bye, Larry. Have a good trip. No one can do the news like you can.
Bye, Larry. Sure am going to miss you.
I wanted so much to meet you, Larry. Too bad you're going. Have a good trip. Take care. Have a nice trip, and we'll hope to see you again. Hi, Larry. Remember me at Moose's? Ha, probably not, thanks to the god-awful uniform. Anyway, have a good trip.
1, 2, 3.
Aloha, Larry. We love you.
Oh, wow.
There you are, Larry. And the only question I have is, who is the one you met at Moose's? That's what
everybody's asking. I have no comment on the ground.
All right, folks. Now is your chance. Larry and Larry are standing by. 524-3111. Give them a call because the Saturday night quarterback continues in a moment. It's University of Hawaii Rainbows football season, and that means local-style tailgate picnics. This year, don't fuss with all the cooking. Let Zippy's Restaurants complement your favorite foods with its poo-poo platter. This week, take the mixed poo-poo platter of chicken katsu, mahi-mahi, teriyaki beef, Portuguese sausage, and hot dogs. Just call an hour before at any Zippy's location and pick it up on the way to the game.
Zippy's, good fun for everyone.
Aloha State Sales has been serving the needs of Hawaii's builders and contractors since statehood back in 1959. And since then, Aloha State Sales has continued to be the leader in the wholesale building industry. Aloha State Sales has the finest in flooring, doors, trim, power tools, paints, laminates, countertops, and electrical materials. So for all your construction supply needs, turn to Aloha State Sales, celebrating over 30 years of meeting Hawaii's wholesale building supply needs. Aloha State Sales.
Are you paying too much for electricity? Do you own a computer, microwave, VCR, or television? Or would you just like to double the life of all your electrical equipment? Call Power Savers 988-9506. We guarantee savings on your electric costs. Satisfied customers include McDonald's, Del Webb, Revlon, Honeywell, First Stop Grocery Stores. That's Power Savers 988-9506. 988-9506.